Welcome, everyone, to the Predictive Playbook. This is a very exciting show, and the reason why is that this panel that I have assembled and have the honor of assembling with Don Buster, Jesse Schule, Mad George out of Athens, Greece, and Dr. Chuck, and yours truly, is on a 12-0 winning bet run in college football and NFL combined. I think it's ridiculous. But you know what? You can watch the shows and see for yourself. We're coming off a 4-0 Monday night event where Mad George had Dallas. I had three prop bets, two of which won in the first quarter. So things can't be going better for us. Welcome to the show, guys, and we're just going to get fired up right now. This is a very exciting week. I'm a Tom Brady kind of follower here, so don't hold that against me. I just think he's clearly the GOAT. I like that plug-and-play Belichick mode of forming football teams and getting you to do your job. Just do your job. And it works. But now we have Tom Brady and the reigning Super Bowl champs going back to Foxborough, Massachusetts for the first time since leaving there. And I think, there's people saying that he might get booed. He, there's no chance of that. The guy is still a god in Boston lore. And sure, they're going to want to see him lose. But I think this game, the way Belichick is, he's great as a home dog in his career, but that was with Brady. So I kind of discount that. But Belichick also has the ability to slow down games. And this is where I'm going to go with this play, guys. I like the under. And it's a very simple angle here. You're just going to bet under the total with a home team against that total, no matter what it is. That is off an upset loss of 14 or more points. That means they were a favorite. They lost by 14, which New England did, and they're the home team in this matchup. So that angle, as simple as it is 21-2 to the under. Nice. Over the last 5 seasons. Guys, I think this is going to go way under the total, but I think a little lean towards Tampa Bay here to win the game. Whether they cover or not, I don't know. But the under is definitely a 4% play from myself. Now let's move on to Don Buster here of Don Buster Sports. And he has a game that is also a very exciting one because one of these teams is going to be in trouble after the result and the game is over. We have 2 1-2 teams and not likely to be both teams with the Chiefs. 1-2, traveling on the road to play the Eagles 1-2, who got manhandled on Monday night by the Dallas Cowboys. Kansas City comes into this game 7-point road favorite. The over-under is pretty high at 54.5 right now, and it will be taking place at Lincoln Financial Field under bright sunshine conditions and an expected temperature of 77. What do you think, Buster, in this game?
Well, John, first, thanks for having me. Second, I'm going to be going after this video and playing your under. That's great analysis from you there.
Thanks.
Last week, we end up going with the Chargers. They win outright. And now this week, we're going to take the home team dog here with Philadelphia. The line opened up at 5.5. As you said, now it's 7. I would wait on this. It might come off the key number of 7 to 7.5 come Sunday. Few things that the Eagles have to do here. One, the penalties are killing this club. They lead the league in penalties. They have to take control of that. And as we said last week with our Chargers play, Mahomes is going to get his points. There's no doubt about that. But they need to keep him off the field as much as possible. And Kansas City's been turning the ball over. So maybe if they can get a couple turnovers and lessen the possessions for Kansas City, those are things that they need to do. The Eagles... Also, everybody's going to look and they see that, recency bias. We talk about it all the time where the Eagles got killed on Monday night. No, that's what it was. Dallas just took him to the woodshed. But it's recency bias in the NFL. We all know it's just one game. Philly only has had one home game. And they end up playing San Francisco that game. And in San Francisco, they actually out-yarded them, 328 to 306, and lost the game by 6. So that will work here. The one thing that we like is that what they have to do that they didn't do against Dallas is run the ball. They ran the ball 12 times. Are you kidding me? And even doing that, they are still the 5th ranked rushing offense in the NFL. Kansas City defense, they're 31st. So they need to run the ball, keep Mahomes off the field. And John, here's a little stat for you that you like to do the stats. Kansas City is a money-burning 2-12 the last 14 games.
Wow.
Let's make that 2-13, and I'm going to play the forever the contrarian here and go with the Eagles at home.
Oh, I love it. I think it's probably worth a little sprinkle on the money line too, just in case.
You never know, but definitely plus the points. That back door will be open all day long.
Yep. And now we're going to turn to Jesse Schule, who is becoming our resident expert in prop bets. He went 3-0 with his prop bets last week, and we were really grateful for that. Keeps our record unblemished. In fact, it motivated me to do some prop bets on Monday, so I guess the magic that he has transferred to me for that. And we're looking to keep it going. Where are you looking for player prop bets this week, Jesse?
Well, last week I had an optimistic outlook for Kirk Cousins. And this week I've got a more pessimistic outlook for Kyler Murray. Of course, the Arizona Cardinals are undefeated, and people are talking about Murray as an MVP candidate, and maybe so, but I think it's time to pump the brakes a little bit. He's thrown for 1,000 yards plus, 7 touchdowns, 4 interceptions in 3 games. But those games have come against the likes of the Jaguars, the Vikes, and the Titans, all lower-end defenses. And this week he's got a less than a favorable matchup. He's going up against the Rams in LA. Of course, the Rams last year had the number 1 scoring defense. They ranked first against the pass, allowing about 190 yards per game. Murray's history against the Rams, he's got 4 career starts against the Rams. Really only 3.5 games, because one of those he only played the first half in the final game of the season. He's thrown 4 touchdowns and 4 picks in those games. And the odds on Murray to throw an interception is minus 135 at Bet365. This is my favorite of the 2 prop bets I'm going to give out today. I'd call it a 4% play. The other prop bet is Ryan Tannehill, Tennessee, on the road at the Jets. And their receivers are injured. A.J. Brown, Julio Jones. We're not sure if either of those guys are going to be available. And, of course, Derrick Henry is picking up some steam. And I don't think Tannehill's going to have to do too much of the heavy lifting here against the Jets. So I'm going to say under 220.5 passing yards for Tannehill. And that's only a 2%er. I don't like that one quite as much as the Kyler Murray.
I like the bets. And I like most of all that the Jets are definitely the worst team in the league, and that Tannehill's not going to have to do the heavy lifting. And he won't have to do probably much of anything for them to get that win against the Jets. And it's so disappointing for New York fans to have the Jets and the Giants probably the worst and 3rd worst teams, at least according to my power rankings, in the league. But we're not on any of those teams, and we fade those teams because there's no reason to back them because of lack of confidence in them. It's just kind of ridiculous. So anyway, guys, that'll wrap it up for our NFL show for this week. Week 4, we're going to look to continue that 12-0 win streak, which is just absolutely sick, but we're proud of it. So on behalf of Jesse, Buster, myself, Sportsmemo.com, WagerTalk.com, and the Predictive Playbook shows, may all the wins be yours. Thanks for listening.